Hi and welcome to the show. I am so excited to welcome you in and say hello. I am Rebecca Lockwood. I'm the founder of Fearless Females and I'm an award-winning master NLP mindset coach, NLP trainer, hypnosis trainer, coach trainer, and I'm a millennial mum to 2 young girls. I'm a #1 hottest best-selling author and I love to support women to be the best possible versions of themselves. Everything I do is to help other people make a difference in their lives. I've been regularly featured in Psychologist, Women's Health, BBC, and I always feel like a bit of a tit when I tell you all of this stuff. So all you need to know is that I'm here to support you with anything that I can, and if you need anything at all from me, please do reach out www.rebeccalockwood.org.uk and ask anything you need. I'm really excited to share with you that there is a new section on the website rebeccalockwood.org.uk where you can submit questions that get answered in this podcast and on my live videos every Monday. So please do check that out and ask all the questions you can because it helps me help you. So let's dive in. Hello. I'm chatting through how you can really utilize and use the power of journaling and how that kind of fits in with NLP and how these kind of things work together so that you can manifest, I suppose we could say, or get what you want much faster and achieve the things that you want as quickly as possible. So if you are live with me, do give me a wave, say hello, let me know who you are, where you are, and if this is resonating and if this is helpful. I'm just going to move that up a bit. There we go. So I'm chatting through how powerful it is to use journaling alongside NLP and how we can really tap into utilizing NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and journaling together. So one of the first things that I did when I first became an NLP coach years ago now, feels like forever ago, one of the first things that I did was I sat down and I wrote down what I wanted to achieve. So I became really intentional. So this is really important. I became really intentional on what it is that I wanted, what it is that I wanted to achieve, and what I wanted to manifest. So, you know, we can use, the thing is, we see the word manifestation or manifest thrown around the internet a lot as if it's some kind of woo-woo thing, and it's not. Really what we're talking about is how to get what you want. That's it. How to get what you want and how to do that through the power of NLP and journaling. So when I first ever became an NLP coach, I sat down with myself and I got really intentional on exactly what it is that I wanted to achieve, what I wanted my life to be like, what I wanted my life to look like, how I wanted every day to be. And I wrote down goals, like a 90-day plan. Then I wrote down a 12-month plan, a 5-year plan, and I think I did a 90-day plan, a 6-month plan, a 12-month plan, and a 2-year and a 5-year. And I got really intentional on what it is that I wanted to achieve in these time frames. And then what I did was I used the power of journaling and a few other things that I'll also talk to you about. I used the power of journaling to really immerse myself into the experience as if I had already achieved it. So I used journaling for that reason, and then I also used journaling to help just take everything out of my mind that was going on anytime I had any overwhelm, any anxiety, anything that was keeping me busy or distracting my thoughts or my thought processes. I just used journaling just to take that out of my head and just to get it on the paper. I never read it back, ever. But just to get it out of my head so I could feel more at one, more at ease, less busy in my mind. So using NLP and journaling together is a really, really powerful way, and we can use journaling through NLP, right? So I wrote down things on my 90-day plan that I really wanted to achieve, and then I would write as if I had already achieved them. So I'd write down and immerse myself into all of the senses. So what would I see? What would I hear? What would I feel as if I've already achieved it? So this is kind of where the NLP comes in. We're wanting to program the part of our brain called the reticular activating system. So the reticular activating system is it's actually at the back here. It's like a cluster and a stem of neurons. And what it does is it programs us to notice more things. So let's say you buy a new car. So you buy a new car and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. Who has that happened to? Like, give me a wave if that's happened to you. It definitely happened to me. I had never seen a Nissan Qashqai anywhere until I bought one. And then when I bought one a few years back, I was like, what? These cars are everywhere. Like, how have I never seen them before? So what it helps us do, and what our reticular activating system does, is it programs our minds, our brains, to see more of the things in our reality that we are noticing. So let's say, for example, like I bought the new car and then all of a sudden I see the car everywhere. Now, a couple of weeks back, I was talking about how we perceive our version of reality and basically the building blocks to our reality. And the reticular activating system plays a massive role in this. So when we have beliefs, whether they're positive or negative, when we have beliefs in our life, our reticular activating system is still noticing all the things to back up them beliefs, even when we're not aware of it. So let's say, for example, you have an empowering belief of I can do this. You're going to notice all the opportunities in your reality that back up you being able to do that. If you have a limiting belief of I cannot do this, you're going to see all of the things in your reality that's going to back up I cannot do this. Your reticular activating system is on high alert, and it's literally like a door at the front of your mind, and it opens and notices all of the things in your reality that back up what you already believe. Okay, it also brings them to the forefront of your mind. So rewinding now to when I first ever trained in NLP, and I put together this 90-day plan, I put together this 12-month plan, I put together this 2-year plan, and I got really intentional. Like, what is it that I really want to achieve? So intention is really important. I got really intentional, and then I began journaling. And as I was journaling, I'd write down all of the things that I want to feel, all the things that I'll see, as if I had already achieved that success. So one of the things that I wrote down on there was to be featured in media outlets like Cosmopolitan, Marie Claire, Women's Health, and places like that. Another thing that I wrote on there was to live in a house overlooking water. At the time of writing it, I didn't know what that would be like. But then when I began to journal on it, I began to just write down whatever came to mind, and I immersed myself into the experience of what it would feel like, what it would look like, what it would sound like, what it would smell like, what it would taste like if necessary, where I would be as it happened or after it happened, and just allowing yourself to write and write and write until you cannot think of anything further. So NLP and journaling really together helps you to program your reticular activating system. It's really what people are talking about when they say you need to program your mind for success, right? That is what you're doing. You're programming the reticular activating system to then notice all of the things to build up your reality, and it'll notice all the things in your reality that will back up the things that you believe, the things that you want, the things that you're getting intentional about. And that is why it's so important to get intentional on what it is that you actually want, so then you can manifest it, right? Now, another way that I used journaling and still will now if necessary, and for a long time I did this every single day, I would just write and write and write until everything in my head was just out on the paper. And sometimes people say to me, well, how do you know what to start with? Like, how do you start journaling? And I say, well, just start by writing, I am now sat here journaling. And look around you in the room and write what you can see in the room. Often, if you are journaling, it would be really helpful to do if you're feeling busy in your mind, if you've got any overwhelm, any anxieties. So you can just allow, if you're overthinking things, you can just allow you to get them things and them thoughts out of your head and onto the paper, so that you can just release and let go. Okay, so it's a really powerful way to just kind of remove any unwanted feelings, any negative feelings, anything that you might need to kind of think over and just need some prompts. Journaling will really help with that. Okay, so just to recap, when we get really intentional on what it is that we want, then we can start to use journaling and immersing ourselves into the experiences using journaling alongside NLP, right as if you have already achieved it. Immerse yourself into the experience. What will you see? What will you hear? What will you feel? What will be happening around you? And then really allow yourself to visualize it as at the same time. So as you're writing, imagine in your mind's eye what that would also look like, and write about what it will look like as well. So by doing this, what you're doing is you're programming your mind for success. This will allow you to notice the things in your reality that will back up the beliefs about having this intention, but also it will give you things that you can then take action upon. And this is really important when it comes to manifestation. So when you see things in your reality that you can take action upon, then you take that action. So another example, one of the things that I wrote down when I got intentional was that I wanted to become a best-selling author, and I wanted to appear in Forbes. And I journaled on it, and the day after, I saw a Facebook post from one of my friends who said that she had just signed a deal with a publisher and she was becoming published. So because I just wrote it down as an intention, I felt compelled to reach out to her and say, wow, congratulations. I'm so proud of you, and it's amazing that I literally last night just wrote down that I wanted to do that too. So it's really inspiring to see your achievement, because it's a sign for me that I can continue taking action. And she replied and said, thanks so much, I really appreciate it. Do you want me to put you in touch with my publisher? So I was like, yes, I do. And then from that was my first book, so I'm 3 times author, and that was the first time I became an author. So that happened because I had programmed my mind. First I got really intentional, then I had journaled on what it is that I wanted and what that would feel like, what it would look like as if it happened. And then I was able to notice, my reticular activating system noticed opportunities that I could take action upon in my reality. I took the action and then I got the result. Okay, and it's important to note as well that just because in that instance, there's been other situations where I've taken action and it's not happened straight away, it's just kind of got me a step further, or it's come to nothing. And what that created was the trust that it will happen, the trust that it's okay, that this might not have been the answer to that. However, I'm open and willing, and I know that there's something more to come. So not only does it create the opportunities and the things you can see to take action upon, but it also creates a sense and a state within yourself where you know that you're open to receive, and that it will happen when the time is right. So it's just about trusting, continuing to take that action, continuing to journal as if it has happened, continuing to visualize as if it has happened, and just do that on a consistent basis. And that is when you will achieve and be able to get the things that you want, be able to manifest the things that you want. So I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful and it resonated with you, do let me know. Give me some thumbs up, give me a hell yes. I have got a free training coming up, which I'm really excited about, called Why the Best Coaches Use NLP and What You Need to Know to Be One of Them. So I'm going to be diving into some really powerful neuro-linguistic programming techniques and training. That's completely free. It's coming up now I think it's in a week or 2, week and a half. So you can register. If you're on Instagram with me, just pop me the link, pop me a message for the link and I'll send it you. If you're on Facebook with me, I popped it in the description. Wherever the description is appearing, it's there. So have an amazing day. If you found this helpful, do let me know. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you all soon.